What up, everybody? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee. You already knew that, but what you didn't know about, I bet, is a new distribution company called Two Lost Distribution. They're the most technologically advanced distributor in the world. They distribute your music to more stores than any distributor out there, and they only charge you $3 a month. Yep, $3 a month. And they don't charge you any money to collect your royalties, so you get 100% of your royalties. Y'all know how some of them distribution companies be asking for, it's distribute with us, but they take 20%. These guys don't take any of that. They charge $3 a month to distribute all your music. And if you use the code GODS, which is on the bottom of the screen, when you add your discount code, you get 3 months free. So if you're looking for distribution, you need distribution, you're looking for the best distribution company to work with, Two Lost is the fastest growing distribution company out there. Mess with them. Tell them Ray sent you. You're going to get some money off.
Two, one.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Tamara, aka Girl from Harlem.
And this is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee.
And this is the God Show.
And you know how back in the day you would see like two shows would come together, like Family Guy and The Simpsons came together and did a show. This is very similar to that right now. This is the Baller Alert Show crew. We got Octavia.
Yeah.
We got BT.
Yes, sir.
And we got Ferrari Simmons, who I call Sean still.
That's my name.
Everybody get up for the Baller Alert crew. Let's go.
Wait, I heard a rumor. I heard that somebody on here used to be one of your interns.
Yes, I used to be Ray Daniels' intern. He didn't even know I was
even know he's
an
an
intern.
How does that? How, Ray? You're so close to everybody you work with.
I was moving to Atlanta.
Well, because I had a partner named Biddy.
Yes.
And Biddy is kind of like how Don Vito is. So
Okay.
Biddy would have people coming in interning for us as a crew. So they would be under Biddy. I just didn't know because it was also kind of like that was his crew. So it wasn't presented to us like it was our crew. I found out later when it was all kind of over that they were there for that. But that was still my niggas. But I would say, I met them, and the organic part was that I met them in Tampa.
Yes.
And when we was on a promo run, and it's like imagine you in Tampa, you on a promo run, then 2 weeks later the dudes that was in Tampa hanging out with you for 3 days straight is in Atlanta with you. Now it's like, oh, y'all from here too? It was kind of like, oh, okay, and that's how we got into it.
I was passing out CDs. I was going to the clubs
But let me
every
just,
night.
but I want to say something to you before we get started. I'm proud of you because, seriously, because Ferrari had a lot of big dreams, and sometimes when someone has a lot of dreams, they don't always get there, right? Because they always say, a jack of trades is the master of nothing. But to see you actually go after it all and do it, I celebrate you, bro. Now let's get into the motherfucking shizzle.
Hey.
All right. So when Baller decides to, because they're already a big platform, they decide, hey, we're going to go into podcasting. Who got the phone call? What did that phone call look like? And how did y'all decide who was going to be on the team?
Damn, okay. It really started back in 2016, 11. She used to work for Baller Alert. She called me. It was me, B. Simone, Sticks Malone, and 11. That was the first Baller Alert show. It was like, damn right we said it. Interviewed a few people, Young Dolph. Actually, we interviewed Young Dolph right after he had the shooting in Charlotte. Wow. And then that got dismantled. And then Kenny Burns took it over and then created the Baller Alert show.
Okay. Grabbed
Octavia, Sue Solo, and myself. I stayed. We rode that until the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
And then Kenny Burns left and he pursued radio full time at V103. So it was just me and Sue Solo at the time and Octavia. And then we added BT last year. And then Sue Solo became full time at the radio at Hot 107.9, and then she does Hennessy. So she has a lot going on as well. So now you see the three here.
All right.
BT, Octavia, Ferrari.
All right.
So hold on. So but you were on the radio too. First of all, how the hell can you do all of that?
Right. You got a lot going on over there.
I'm asking for myself.
Radio 2 podcast.
You have to do it with permission, obviously. You know, I'm very communicative to my bosses or whatnot. So I will always say, hey, man, I always thought podcasts would be popping anyway. So I was just a big podcast person. I listened to podcasts, yours, and y'all's. And so I just was a big podcast person. So I just will always just tell my boss, yo, I want to do this podcast. And it was conversations to try to get it over the radio, but it never really turned into fruition. But I just got permission.
I ask you a question. Why don't y'all think radio embraced the concept of podcasting, and like iHeart does it with the Black Media, with the Black Effect Pod, but like, why wouldn't radio, who has all the relationships, just add pods to their portfolio and make money like that? I don't understand it.
Well, you also got to understand that a lot of people that run radio are not young people. These are people that are out of touch. These are people that, go in the office and then they leave and then they go home and then that's it. So you got to understand, like, I was so happy that Ferrari brought me because I was such a fan of like podcasting, because I said, this is the new generation. This is where the world is going, and you got to understand, like, when, I was just talking to a label rep and he said, man, I love podcasts because I can bring an artist on y'all show or on a podcast and the content is going to go somewhere. If I take them to the radio station, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, radio.
Once you hear it, it's over.
It's over.
This is evergreen.
Yeah.
This lives forever. I could discover it 6 months from now. I didn't even think. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of the radio people, they don't know.
And just to piggyback that, I wish back in 2017 when we had Lil Baby, Da Baby, Megan Thee Stallion, and all these people who weren't big at the time, I wish I had video evidence of them coming to my show first, because we literally, and I hate repeating the story, we literally got suspended for playing Lil Baby on the radio, got written up for playing Megan Thee Stallion on the radio.
Hold on, why?
Because they played it
nobody
10
knew
times.
who they were yet.
They played it back to back. They played it
They
10
were
times in a
early.
row. They was really
And if
trying
you
to
don't
break
get
it.
permission from the
Yeah.
program director,
And
you can't
Play
do
songs.
anything. You can't.
Only
Jocks
in the
can't.
mix, right?
Jocks can't do nothing they want. Not even DJs.
Yes.
They
They
have
can't
a
just
set
play a
list.
song if
You
they
hear
want.
someone on the radio,
No, you
that
can't.
music is planned for the whole day already.
The program director is in charge
Program.
of all the music that you hear.
Can I curse? I said, fuck
All
that. I
you
took
want.
that shit out. I took the music out. And BT was in the studio.
Yeah.
We played the song 30 minutes straight.
And you can't do that because
can't do
if
that.
if a curse word goes over the air or something, they could get fined a lot of money. And then,
$100,000.
yeah, then they're
What?
in the hot seat.
Yeah,
so
FCC Airwaves.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. What made me realize how big pods were was Stephen A. Smith. Y'all know who Stephen A. Smith is?
Yeah, of course.
So Stephen A. Smith, he was on First Take, and he was saying, as he was getting real popular, he was saying all of these NBA players and athletes are mad that I'm becoming popular. But he said, more people know me than 85% of the league. And when he said that, I was like, damn, he right. He is more. I know. We in Atlanta. Can y'all name all 5 of the starter players for the Atlanta Hawks?
No.
I couldn't either. And I fuck with the Hawks. But Stephen A. Smith is a bigger star than all those guys. And I was like, man, that's right. Put a camera on, man. Because these kids don't want to be stars no more. They don't even know how to be stars. Like, you know how to be a star. Y'all know how to be stars. These artists and athletes, they don't know how to be stars. They just feel like, they wake up and want to be great. And this shit is work. Because this shit means you have to have a personality, an opinion, something to stand on, something. And most of those guys don't have that. So I just had to put that out there.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. One of my boys, I remember when, like, I don't know if y'all know, like, Kai Cenat and like Speed
Yeah, of
and all
course.
these guys that are on Twitch, and I was like, man, why are these people so popular? Like, why does everybody know these guys? Why are they always on the block? He said, how many times you film a day? I was like, this was at the time I wasn't even on the podcast. I was like, I just do radio.
Yeah.
He said, well, they're on camera 24 hours a day.
24/7.
Crazy.
And I was like, he said, so think about how much work that they're putting in when they sit there and they got to go film and content and create content and content. And he's like, think about you on the radio and y'all don't have any content. And that really made me think like, oh shit, like I need to change what I'm doing.
Absolutely. Now you're right. I got y'all a question. I'm gonna set it off. How do y'all feel about how hip hop treats black media?
Disrespectful. I think they forget, but I would like to alter it a little bit.
Sure.
I feel like certain cities get shunned on or forgotten about. Like for a long time, nobody really took Atlanta serious.
Exactly.
For media, and I took that I was offended
Me
to
too.
that. I was like, damn, I was there when Migos played Bad and Bougie. I was one of the first people to play Bad and Bougie on the radio, period. I had a part-time radio slot at the time at V103. I was one of the first people to play Bad and Bougie on the radio. This is facts. I'm in the Complex magazine for one of the main people that was there for Lil Baby in the beginning of his career. But for some reason, when it's time to do press,
Or the exclusive
I'm not
interview.
on the list.
Yeah, I feel the
And
same
I'm
way.
over here, or we're not on the list.
You
So I'm
trying.
over here like, goddamn. I'm not taking offended to the artist, but a little bit like, yo, you got to speak up and say, hey, let's go. Let's make sure we rock with Atlanta, because for a long time, Atlanta was considered, you go there to party, you go there for the producers, you go there,
Yeah, strip club.
and then you go to the other cities and then you do the media over there. You
Exactly.
do media in New York, you do media in LA, you do media in New York, LA, really.
Yeah, that's how they see it. But that frustrates. But you know, somebody told me they said that, and maybe this is kind of Atlanta's fault, which is y'all are contributing, and I think we are also, is that Atlanta is not a prove yourself city. It's a welcome everyone city.
Yep.
So when you come to us, we're like, man, album's out. We're here to celebrate. We love you. Congratulations. And in New York, they like, so why we gotta buy this album? You got to freestyle for me. I need to understand why you deserve the opportunity.
Yep.
And I think that, and when we did I did my Jermaine Dupri interview, and he called me and he said that Atlanta doesn't have a flex, someone that people want to sit in the room with, whether it's to argue with, whether it's to beef with. No, he was saying we are now that. He was saying on the radio, like, you know, even if you go sit with Greg Street is not going to challenge you. He's not going to say, you know, nah, I need to hear you rap. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to say that. He's going to be like, man, thank you, welcome. Go here. Make sure you go there and get
Yeah.
the wings.
Yeah.
You know,
Off
that's
the air, he gonna say what you need to do is.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. He's definitely going to give you some game. But he's not going to challenge. He's not going to say that. And I feel like that's what y'all do. So I watch y'all interviews and I see y'all, like I saw the Hitmaker clip today.
We appreciate
y'all
it.
asking the hard questions. Like, y'all not just here to say, so man, nice shirt. It's like, nah, what the hell is going on? That's what Atlanta's missing. Atlanta is missing the voice.
Yeah.
And they say, like a friend of mine said, you know, you have the voice when they know what to expect from you. And I think that that's what we have to define. Because we all in black media and we all want to see each other win, but it's like, we just got to develop our voices and hopefully they'll come. But if they don't, we the shit. We the stars without it. When I'm in a club with BT is a star, man. This nigga is a star. He ain't regular.
Hey, you know, a lot of people don't get to see that too sometimes. You know, like I feel like it's so many different type of worlds in like it's weird to explain, because it'll be like I'll be in the club hosting and people will be like, you know, like, damn, like he killing it. And, but people will think like that's all that I do. And then people, you know, they might come they be like, damn, I just saw you on some show or podcast. And so it's like now they looking at me in a different level. And then it's like people might know me from doing a podcast or being on TV. Then they'll see me in the club like, damn, you do this too. So it's just always interesting to see that, because I feel like Atlanta, people don't get the respect in Atlanta because everybody always go like, you will see somebody about to do a press run. You like, oh man, such and such, like a big artist about to do a press run. Like, can't wait to get that interview. And then, you know, they'll come to Atlanta, they'll do like all the little radio station where they asking like the bubblegum questions. And
I
then
feel like
be
we're
like,
bigger than that, by the way. I feel like we're bigger than them. If you I'm not even being on some arrogant shit. I really feel like we're bigger than that. 'Cause
I agree.
I can't think of the last time I listened to an interview on the radio.
Facts.
Right.
I don't think anybody does.
And I will also say, I think all radio has to do is just record the interview and then put the interview out as content. I just think that's all that's missing is content. Like, bro, everything is content now. Like, dude, if like even on your show, you should have a recap on your show somewhere so someone can say, "Oh, I heard the news here first," or "I saw that this person was on the radio." That's really what people be wanting to see now, anyway.
They got that now. They doing it now.
What is the biggest
just don't
difference
notice it.
between radio and podcasting for you guys?
The control.
Yeah,
You have more control with podcasting.
yeah. Well, ball
Yeah,
that's
radio. You
us.
can't do anything without the consent of the program director.
Yeah.
So you went from production to in front of the camera, right? So tell me a little bit about that transition and why you decided to do that.
Well,
Yeah, tell us that, because I don't know that either.
okay, well, the way that I knew Kenny Burns was through radio. We both worked at V103. I was the producer on the Ryan Cameron show, and then I left there. Kenny, called me to do the production for Baller Alert, so I did that. But then we went through a whole bunch of changes, and it calls for me to have to step up. So I'm the type of person I'm just doing whatever we need to do to win. So I stepped up and started hosting, and
I know. So as a producer, I'm pretty sure your point of view and the way you operate is completely different from these two. So
You can tell she's Mama Bear. Look at how she's
Right.
sitting with
So
you.
I'm
telling you,
she
be getting on
doesn't
me.
play. You can look at her and tell.
Sometimes- hey, look.
She's looking at y'all like, don't fuck this
Hey,
up.
no, sometimes I get a little chatty and she'll look at me like,
Well, yeah.
Zip it.
I mean, I know what the audience wants. I know, what certain things need to
Mm-hmm.
look like. So if they're not asking a question that may be too hard, I'm asking it.
I can tell.
If-
that
if-
that hat
Don't play.
with the glasses
Not
and the
that.
ponytail. That shit
how you
says
know?
that
That's how you
combination.
means
In
business.
a black woman, it says, I will fuck you up.
Combination.
Or I can ask a question. Whatever. Is that combination? It's like, don't
They be
play
they
with-
be they be scared of Ox sometimes because I could just be like quiet sometimes, and then she'll notice we didn't ask a certain question. She'll ask it, and then the guest is like
Okay, now I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Who was y'all favorite interview?
Boosie.
Oh, I can see that.
yeah, Boosie was fun. Boosie was fun.
I say Gigi McGuire because
Yeah, that was good.
Gigi gave the story. Like I had an outline. I knew everything that she was talking about because I obviously researched first. But she gave it to us. Like she painted the picture. Like I just gave an outline of her story, and she just filled in every single blank, like with paragraphs.
I said Boosie because Boosie. I watched a lot of his interviews before we was getting ready to interview him, and I was like, is he gonna give us like this Boosie or the Vlad TV
good
Boosie?
one.
Yeah.
Is he gonna give us the sauce?
Yeah.
So when he came in the interview and he just started like, he was turned up, like he was hitting it.
At first he was a little reserved, but certain things you have to do sometimes to try to nudge somebody to
You can tell
to
she the
get to
producer.
that point.
Yeah.
Like
So
what?
it could
Give us some advice. What do you have to do to know someone? I want to know.
Like I played a game with him, and we did the Sex, Marry, Kill, and so he
that was
went
good.
in on Lizzo, and I just asked a question.
I was just there.
But sometimes you just gotta ask, little,
Pull it out of
little
him.
things.
But
just to
people
say-
get mad at us for like the
Yeah.
game that we was playing. They was like, why are they doing Lizzo like that? We like, bro, it's a game. We didn't say it. He
Right.
said it. Like,
Yeah, he took it there. We just asked a question.
How do you know when it's going too far? Like, do you ever worry about it going too far? Or
What,
how
the
to
interview?
We
pull
love
back?
when it goes too far.
That's what I'm saying. That's my shit.
Listen, a lot of our interviews lately has been going way too far.
I mean, look at Zeus Network. That is too far.
Right. Amen.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
people love
I mean,
it.
did y'all see the wet interview that we did? And she was like, I'm talking about as soon as we started the interview, she was like, yo, somebody got to touch my boobs because people think
And
they
she
look like
threw
crack
us
rock.
off.
Yes.
And we was like,
We
Hold
mean
on
like, hold
now.
on, what you mean?
Look, Ray, like, why I wasn't
She
there?
started the interview and I wasn't there. I was out of
He
Ray,
town.
like, nobody come on here and ask me
booked
to
it.
touch
They
their
said
boobs.
touch.
and didn't show up.
No, I booked it and then I said, hey guys, I'm not gonna be in town for this. Y'all gotta hold it down.
But she flew in. She flew herself
But
in.
I knew she
So
was
y'all
gonna
in
do
there
this.
like, who is this? Let's just get into it.
No. I text Ferrari. I said
She was late too.
she was late. I said, man,
God.
listen, she late. We about to leave. So she came in there like,
He was about to leave. I extended her grace because she flew in on her own dime. She got her own makeup and all that. So I extended her grace.
I was like, man, I don't care. I'm texting Ferrari. I said, man. Then when we started the interview, I said, Right, I'm gonna kill you. Who is this? Who's this girl you done booked, man? This girl is crazy. Like, I'm like, she started the interview off like somebody ought to touch my boobs right now because people think on the internet, on TV that they're hard.
Touch tape. That's what
and we did the mute
Nobody touched
challenge
him?
right there.
I was like, hey, you better go get somebody else.
I ain't about to play it.
BT ain't want to get canceled, so he was like, nah.
You see his face though.
I can't do it.
We just froze.
But the interview did good.
No,
It
the
did real
fans
good.
were really mad at us. They're still mad at us.
Why?
Yeah, they're still
because
mad.
we didn't touch
'Cause he didn't touch
her
nobody
breast.
touched the boob.
I'm a little pissed too.
Yeah, I was about to.
At least I could have
Somebody
did it,
has
you
to
know what I'm
touch
saying?
me. Like somebody has to co-fund.
Or could have got a little pencil. and
You could have done it.
poked
You're a
himself
woman.
out.
This,
I'm okay.
I said no. I'll pass.
So I booked the
rather-
talent. I be
Exactly,
booking the
see?
talent.
so you booked the talent.
I booked the
Yeah,
talent.
you call me. You book me.
Yeah,
You call me. You
I
book
booked
me.
the talent. I kind of go off of what I think we need, and then for the most part, all of us do it too. But for the most, I try to say, okay, let's go here, let's go there, and I try to make sure we have the best interview out of everybody. So if they do an interview, if they do 10 interviews, I feel like ours is going to be the best
agree.
version of the interview.
And he's the
That's what I'm
follow-up
trying to-
king. Like, we
Oh,
are
I'm
awful
a
at
annoy
Let
it.
me
you.
tell you something. This dude, first of all, he's like remember that in Living Color? How many jobs you got?
Yeah.
4 jobs. That's it, my boy. How many jobs
I mean, I
you
got 5 kids, man. My wife bougie, so
Gotta
I gotta
make that
make sure.
money.
Yeah, got a nice little
And
house.
you work for Warner.
I work for Warner. Yeah. I FaceTime you when I bought the house. So
Exactly.
got a nice little piece of land over there. I gotta make sure I pay the bills, bro.
it's a hard knock life. Man,
Got
when you out
child
here trying to
support.
get.
I got all that shit going.
got
How
child
do you
support too?
balance?
Yeah, I got child
How do you
support.
balance your being a parent and your career?
Well, I put my family first.
Okay.
So I don't give a damn what's going on, nigga. If I'm having dinner, I'm not answering the phone. If me and my wife are hanging
wow,
out,
that's
I'm not
amazing.
answering the phone. If I'm with my kids, it depends on who it is. If it's these two, a couple of other folks, I answer you.
Yeah, for sure.
I answer the phone for a couple of folks, but for the most part, my family comes first. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I don't care if it's an
Families.
emergency.
Oh, for sure. It's the same for all of us. We follow that same motto.
Yeah, Rory got a lot of kids.
I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, how many baby mothers you got? I can ask that.
Just how many
I
baby
got
mamas?
two baby mamas. Yeah, two baby mamas.
She
and
said
then-
it loud.
No, it's cool. It's public record.
He don't
Shit.
care.
She like,
He from Florida.
Hey,
he don't care.
I got no baby mama drama. Everything smooth.
Oh, that's dope.
Pay your bills on time.
I pay my
Amen.
child. I just paid my child support today. Actually, they should get it next week.
He's a great dad, though.
I don't play. And I pick up little Rory on Friday from school. Hey, bro.
That's good.
Co-parenting, motherfucker. Shit, true. You should try it. Good. It's a good deal. I do a good job,
That's
motherfucker.
actually the most mature co-parent situation we've ever heard of.
But he's an
mostly-
advocate for therapy, so he had to work to get there.
Yeah.
Hey, man, listen, bro. I used to be depressed and stressed out
Yeah.
by that shit.
I think a lot of people are depressed.
maybe
right
because
now.
I was a liar and a bad guy at the time.
Oh, I love that accountability. Come on,
I was a bad guy.
liar and bad guy.
I'm just saying I was a liar. I'm not speaking on
That
anybody
might
else.
be a lie right now. That's, I'm gonna fuck with you because she said it.
Hey, listen, y'all don't understand. Like I was actually there, and I remember Ferrari used to be on the radio stressed, and I'd be like, "You okay?" He'd be like, "Put the phone on mute." He'd be like, "Hey man, make sure you have kids with somebody you love." And I used to be scared. I used to be like, "Oh my god!" Like,
That's why you don't
like,
got kids.
like I'm like, yeah, that's why I ain't got no kids now.
Hey, man, I started making a little bit of money. I was all over the place.
Yeah.
I started making some money. I was all over the place, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I put business first. I put
But
But
business.
you
Hey,
do a balance though.
whatever works,
no.
You do
But the
both.
only reason I put
Whatever
business
works.
first is because my family is needy,
Okay.
and I have a big family.
Yeah.
And if I stop to serve them, we ain't gonna have no money. So
Hey,
I'm
you
gonna
know
get
what?
this money.
That does make sense, though.
After 9 o'clock when I'm done working, y'all can unload on me. But if I'm in his office, if the house ain't on fire, ma, you know the call somebody else.
I do
Yeah.
have a similar.
Yeah.
It's just a very.
But I ain't gonna lie, my daughter. If my daughter
schedule.
called, that's the only person. Cause my son don't care. My son would be like, "Dad, honey." My son knows. I'm trying to teach my daughter now, like,
Son, like,
Daddy makes the money, and this is how you able to live your
You
life.
don't care.
She don't give a fuck.
yeah.
He
She's like, and
answers
I'm
her
gonna
phone
spit-
when we're doing interviews. And
I don't care if
shows
she,
everybody,
cause she'll
like,
FaceTime me
yeah.
back to back to back to back. And she might just want to just say, I just was checking on you. So I got to do
Yeah.
that. But I think people understand it. But my son, he 14. He'd be like, Dad, I don't care. Like, leave me. Dad, you got it. As long as everything I need, I got.
I'm telling you.
Contributed. So for me, I feel like families need to have a business structure. And I think families don't talk about business. Now I'm talking about business, period. Like, even if it's you, my brother, you could be I have a brother in the business. It's like, yo, it's always business until it's family. And then when it's family, it ain't no business. But we got to have that boundary because people will talk to you any kind of way and think, well, you my cousin. No, nigga, this is my office. I'm not your goddamn cousin in here. I'm the boss in here. So you going to respect me like that. Now, when we at grandma's house, you can talk to me all you want. But when we in here, it's a boundary. And I think that's important I think that's how our families get to the next level, especially African Americans, because we don't understand the importance of money.
Well,
You know what I'm
know
saying?
when to
I learned
switch
this in
those
therapy,
habits?
though.
Okay.
What y'all saying? Setting boundaries and
For sure.
and communicating. Like I was a very bad communicator. I didn't have boundaries, so my mom would literally call me at all times of the day, or it could be anything that could happen. I never really set boundaries properly, and that once I structured my life, it was so easy for me to maneuver through things. But yeah.
Okay, yeah. So business got to get done because we got to get the money, right? So how do y'all get money in this podcast industry? I'm sure that's what all the viewers want to.
She knows all the answers.
I'm going to let Ryan answer.
So, of course, Ball Alert makes money.
Yep.
Because it's Ball Alert. It's a blog, right? So, thankfully, we do have a dope-ass boss. She makes sure we're cool. But we do make money off of the views and stuff like that. But it's not as big as it should be.
I'm learning about it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
learning about
We're
the
still learning too.
Yeah, we're still
ecosystem of
learning how it
podcasting.
works, yeah.
The ecosystem is, once you understand it, like I get it now a little bit, but It's so many ways to make money from pods.
And I think people always say, "Oh, Ball Alert, y'all good, y'all getting money." No, like
I ain't gonna lie, I just
we
feel
still
like
have to rely on our views.
her face just came off like
We have to
still
rely on
figuring
our.
it out.
That's why I say
We gotta rely on our views. You know what I'm saying? And then if the views don't view, we gotta get in the think tank and
if
say,
y'all don't move
"All
y'all
right,
feet, then I don't eat.
yeah." You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're open to partnerships and all type of situations that could potentially. We have a couple of pending situations that have been on the table as well. So
Y'all need to do a baller of the week
That's dope.
and make these motherfuckers pay for it.
That's what that's
Hey,
what
listen,
we're talking
and
about.
listen, I
Imagine
can't-
somebody saying
listen.
baller, and then because think about it, it's gonna put a light on you. All the chicks gonna be looking at you.
Listen, I came up with the idea. But
For
we gonna roll it out. I'm gonna
We
get
have
with
a whole
Ak
thing.
and we gonna roll it out the right way. But we was literally just talking about that yesterday. I was like, man, we got to do this because I'm like, every time I go to these industry events or I go out, everybody's like, I got to come on your show. And one of the questions that they
got
And nigga,
something.
hold on. I should have. And nigga eyes went, calculate. You start calculating. You want to come on the show?
Hey, listen, I'm
already
over here
saw. I
like-
just saw it. Like,
Yeah, we got a plan though.
yeah,
can y'all? But they'll allow y'all to do it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, cause I ain't gonna lie. I got 1,000 artists in my DMs. Like, can
It
I
just
just get
gotta
on the
make
show?
it gotta make sense. Everything
I might
gotta
create
make
an
sense.
artist spotlight showcase 7 minutes.
Everything gotta make sense, man. It just gotta make sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You spoke about earlier like poking guests and trying to lead to kind of get what you want out of them. Do you ever feel like if you push a guest too far, they might not want to come back, so you reserve a little bit? How do you deal with that?
Well, before I start any podcast, I always tell the guests, like, if this is about you, this is your story. If you don't feel comfortable about something, let me know right there. I will not put it in. I'll take it out. Like we just had Hitmaker, and he was uncomfortable with a couple of things. I took it out. It's no problem. I'm on integrity all the way.
We were still on him though. Like we
So if
was in his
something-
chest.
If anybody's ever uncomfortable, I will not put you out there like that.
Yeah, that's like one thing before we always start the show. Octavia always let people know, because at the end of the day, man, we're not trying to hurt anybody's brand. We're not trying to do anything. I always tell people, I want to ask you the questions that your fans will want to ask you, not just the regular questions that you're gonna get in every interview that you go to and stuff like that. So we always just try to make sure everything is cool. But a lot of times we tell people that, and then the clip come out, and then they see the way the fans react, and they be like, "Well, why did you?" I'm like,
Bro, the minute you said it, it's theirs. It's their content. That's how I look at it. If I say it on your shit, it's yours. Whatever you decide to do with it, it's on you. I might not put it on my shit because I might not want no smoke over here. I might not want no smoke over here.
Hey man, it be happening. Then you know who the person they call?
Who?
Me.
Yep.
I'd be like, yeah,
Because he books them.
Exactly.
damn.
So they got his number.
So I got a question for all three of y'all. Dream interview.
Dream interview. Oh, Usher, Octavia.
Yours is Usher?
No, she's saying that's yours.
Is that not yours?
Nah.
Who?
Drake.
Drake.
He gonna bring in them views, baby.
I'd be straight business, man.
Straight business. I was about to say, she's
Man.
like, I want the money. I'm like,
that's a hard one. Dream interview. For me, I would say Kevin Hart.
That's a good one.
that's a good one.
He drop a lot of gems, and I like
Okay.
Kevin Hart.
Man, I really don't have one.
Interviewed a lot of people.
Yeah,
You said Usher on the
yeah. Usher would be dope. If I could get Future out of retirement, that'd be fine.
Who's yours, Samir?
How I was gonna ask you first.
I'll tell you mine. Mine is Jay-Z or 50 Cent.
50.
Cause I just feel like I
50's
got
so
so
smart,
many
too.
questions that I want to ask them that I'm like, those would be my two. Like,
He's so smart too.
yeah, like but the reason why I want to ask them that is because I feel like they both understand the importance of staying in character.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people miss that concept. So like I heard that, 50 Cent was always considered like the bad guy. So he would walk into meetings with like a room full of white people. And, obviously they're probably on 10 because they like, what do we expect from this guy? And he would come in the room and say, who I got to rob in here to get a check? And all the white people would go, ha 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 ha, he's funny. Give him a check now. Give him a check now.
Ray, what's the laugh?
Ha 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 ha. 50 Cent he's going to rob us.
I didn't
Nah, I would love
understand.
50
I didn't
though.
understand staying in character until I traveled the nation with Jeezy. Now I understand what staying in character.
I was about to say,
means. Not saying
staying in character is the most
being fake,
important
but yeah,
thing
staying in
to
your
being
character.
successful
Yeah.
in anything you do. Because when they see you, they have to see the character that they expect to see.
not facts.
Hey, talk about it, because we did Strength of a Woman. They was like, show up in a business attire, and I showed up in a cutoff shirt.
That's your business.
And then Ferrari was like, BT, you were supposed to dress like this. I'm like, this is my personality.
It's my business attire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Standing character is it, and I just want to talk to him about that. And the third one would be Tyler Perry.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
Just because I'm obsessed with excellence, number one, but black excellence. I'm obsessed with winners. Like, what the hell did you do to win? Like, because we all could win, but most of us don't win because we don't understand what our character needs to be to win. That's why I'm not being funny when I'm looking at Ak. Ak look like she's not here for nothing. But to make sure y'all two niggas don't say nothing stupid.
But you say winners, like Drake is a winner and he's still winning. I want to know how that Nike deal was.
But here's my thing. By the way, Drake, I love to interview him. I just don't think Drake is going to give you real. I think Drake's character is not written in being honest. His honesty comes from his music. When he's being interviewed, he's very like, yeah, of course I did that, but he's not gonna give you
nothing.
Like, if you want to know who he fucked, he's not gonna tell you on the interview. He's gonna tell you on the song. If you want to know who he's pissed at, he's not gonna tell you on the interview. He's gonna tell you on the song. Jay-Z is very witty, so it's almost like a chess match, because you know he doesn't want to tell you something, but you have to find a way to lead him to tell you.
I think 50's like that too.
That's all. That's why to me interviews are like chess matches. It's like, they might not give you something, and you got to find a way to get out of them. And I love conversation, so that would be it.
For me, I would want to do like either ASAP Rocky, because obviously I'm from Harlem and I just think nobody's interviewed him since the whole Rihanna stuff. I want to get some tea on that. And then I would do Outkast, because I just think for Ray, I would love to see that conversation happen.
I don't feel like they'll give you nothing. I just feel like you'd be like,
I would throw in
But I
Rihanna
just
on
would-
mine too.
who?
Rihanna. I would throw in Rihanna.
But imagine if you, like, that would be
and it is
thing.
one more dark horse, just for the fuck of it, Dame Dash.
Yeah,
no,
he was gonna be the one I say.
I was gonna piss
He
him
was
off.
gonna be the one I
Piss him off.
say. I love Dame.
That'll be a great
Imagine
show.
them two. Those
Yeah,
personalities.
nah, for sure.
What?
Baby.
My last one would be Kendrick Lamar. I love him.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But I would say I would join Ak by saying, if we got Drake, I think we will pull out the best interview out of him.
Yeah.
I just feel like how comfortable we make people feel for them to indulge in the conversation. I think that's our talent.
Yeah, it's because you're one of them. That, to me, I think that here's why I think we're powerful. I think we're powerful because we are one of them, and they want to talk to us because they know, like you just said, I'm not here to hurt you because I don't want you to hurt me. So I'm going to ask you the questions, and if you don't, like, before we start, I'm like, is something y'all want to talk about? Y'all don't want to talk about? I'm all about that, and I think that's what makes us feel safe. We're not like, and no disrespect, I hate to do this, but radio personalities, they all give you the same reaction. Oh, it'd be like, I'm gonna ask you a question, BT. I'm gonna ask you what you ate. Just make up an answer. What you eat for breakfast this morning?
Pancakes.
Oh,
Facts.
what kind of pancakes, bro? It's like, bro, I don't give a fuck if you ate pancakes, my dude. Like, that's how they react to every question.
Nah, facts.
That's why I hate radio, because it's like everything you say is like, I ate a biscuit this morning, man. And some biscuits and coffee. Make a nose for it. It's like, bro, come on, man.
That's a lot. That's a lot of
It
the
just doesn't
older
feel real.
because that's a lot of the older training techniques. When now the new style is not like that.
It's
And
real.
It's not being implemented. So now it's losing its lust, like, because people are just now gravitating towards content and podcasts.
Now let me ask y'all this: who are y'all inspirations for what y'all do in the podcast space?
That's a good question.
BT, you read Black Ryan Seacrest to me. I ain't gonna even lie, bro.
Man, that's what I've been getting since I was a kid.
That's a big
Because I
one.
see you in the club, everywhere I see you, it's like you just look like the light follows you. It just look like you don't have a bad day.
Wait, somebody told me that at Magic City. Somebody was like, "Man, you don't ever have bad
You don't
days,
have
do
bad
you?"
energy, bro.
And I was like, "Man, listen, life is already hard. Why I got to make it harder?"
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody going through some shit. Why I want to come around people and be like the dark energy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to make everybody happy, you know, because
Exactly.
you never know what people going through. But, I mean, I definitely look up to Ryan Seacrest, Nick Cannon, love Charlemagne, love Joe Budden. It's a lot of people that I'm fans of. I'm fans of you guys' show. Like, I called Ray and I was like, you know,
Let's take that. Take that.
and this is like no cap, because I remember I bookmarked an episode that I wanted to watch with you guys with Jason Lee, because I was like, your personality and Jason Lee personality, I was like, I want to see how this is gonna mesh. So I remember I bookmarked it. I was like, I forgot about it. Then I went on YouTube and I called Ray and I was like, hey, yo, Ray, this episode is crazy. Ray, Ray's just a super fly guy. Like, yeah, what you think about it? I'm getting ready to head to Paris right now.
Right.
I was at the airport. I was at the airport. You're right. I was literally at the airport, guys, waiting to take off, and then he called me. And I was like, "That's love." Who's yours? What you say?
So I'm actually a real radio guy. I grew up to radio. So my main person I wanted to be like growing up was Frank Ski. I just remember hearing him on the radio, and you remember I was in the clubs heavy. I was like 7 days a week. I was doing every AG entertainment club, and I was doing it at the last part of the Velvet Rooms, the compounds, and all those. So I did it at a very high level. So I just kind of went the radio route because I just remember hearing Frank Ski body a club, wake up the next morning and kill radio. So I just thought that was just the craziest, dopest thing. And then, of course, I used to listen to Greg Street when I was in high school. I would come up here to Atlanta. That's how I'm able to maneuver through Atlanta so smooth, because my sister lived in Sewanee. So I would come spend the summer with her, and I would just listen and soak in all this Atlanta culture and listen to these guys break records on the radio. I heard Greg Street break Jeezy on the radio. So that's why I did it, and I got in trouble. Because I was like, I wanted to do something that I looked up to and I saw. So I look up to all the Ryan Camerons, all the radio giants was my people. But as far as podcasts, I really don't have anybody really. I kind of just go off of what we built.
Gotcha.
And I like your show. I like what's my other show? I mean, shoot, $1 Million Worth of Game. I listen to to our peers, and I like to analyze and say, okay, I like how they did that. Like, I love the shit that y'all do. This shit is fire.
Mine is Steve Harvey. And the thing, Steve Harvey is at the top of my list because he was a comedian, right? I'm a music executive, right? And he branched off into writing relationship books, and then like, I would love the host Family Feud. Like, I like shit like that. And my dream, my ultimate, like, you guys can answer, but I always ask people, what's the ultimate job in America for you? Like, any job. And my ultimate goal would be like to be the host of like the Tonight Show. Because to me, it's like that's what everybody comes after they won or they celebrate. The movie's coming out, Tonight Show. You know what I mean? So for me, that was it. So watching how those guys, and Steve Harvey to me feels like America's black father. Like, he feels like the black man that white people trust, black people trust. He talks like us. He got a whole lot of kids. His kids are doing big shit. And I just looked at him like that. So Steve Harvey to me was like the ultimate goal of what I was like. Literally, I said this like 4 years ago. I wrote down his name. I was like, I'm gonna be the young Steve Harvey. Well, I'm gonna talk about relationships. I could host a TV show. I can do whatever. And he was a comedian, but he was really the host. He wasn't really the comedian. He told jokes and I'm funny, but I don't want to have to go out there and say, what's your set like, Ray? Nah, I want to be like, BT, how many minutes you need? 20 minutes? All right, cool. Let me go out here, entertain for 20 minutes, set it up for you. So that was my goal, Steve Harvey.
What about you?
I would say, and we were talking radio, is Tom Joyner, because he is a
jock.
I'm a storyteller, and I remember, Tom had the It's Your World, which is like a whole story, like a soap opera, but it's audio. Yeah, it's your world. Yeah, and I just like to tell stories. I'm a stand
we know
for
who
black.
was listening to Tom Jordan back then. Nigga sung the whole song.
No, but I try to bring that element to today because I'm a stand for black culture. I try to end our show on a positive note with the pep talk. We have stories. Even if it was just an audio version, I try to add little sound effects in there just to give people a story.
You gonna get somebody fired.
Looking at my people like, hey,
wow, we ain't got
I get some sound effects in my shit.
And Ak is so special. Ak will literally, we will have an interview, and then on our social media clip, she will grab a clip of a movie and put it in there. Like when we had Coco Jones, and me and BT kind of got on her about what type of guy she liked. And then BT was like, you like regular guys? She was like, hold on, I didn't say da-da-da-da-da, because the whole, that was trending. And then Octavia somebody said bus driver, and Octavia put a clip of LL Cool J and Gabrielle Union when he pushed the beat.
yeah.
I was like, how did you think that in your
was a good
brain to
one.
put that clip in there? You know what I'm saying? Like she
Using
really
that
to go to
noodle.
that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I
That's
just
really
like to have
good.
fun. How about you?
Well, you actually made me have an epiphany. So I'm always getting in trouble in here for saying something I have no business saying.
It's all
going
good.
all the
That's
way
good,
live.
actually.
But I grew up listening to Starbuck Wow, and they stay getting kicked off the radio. So now I'm like, maybe that like I have some
I'm a rebel.
underlying wanna be
I like breaking
Starbucks.
rules. I don't think
Yeah.
I think rules are made to be broken sometimes.
100%.
I think the rules were created by someone before us, and I'm like, just because he was born before me don't mean he knows what's right for me.
100%.
Whenever
I'm
I see
my own motherfucking rules.
parameters, I just be like, fuck that. Like, no,
your sign?
that's your parameters. Aquarius.
That's why I asked, because I'm an Aquarius.
I don't
too.
like.
tell me, what's your
I
sign?
don't like
Cancer.
parameters.
What?
Yeah, me neither. Love Leo.
What's you?
I'm a Leo.
I'm a Virgo.
Big
Okay.
Virgo. You could tell it.
We could tell I'm a Virgo.
We know. Yo, Ray.
should have kicked Ray out the club. Ray was hitting the ceiling.
We just had a Virgo. Hitmaker was a Virgo.
Let me
Yeah.
let me give you your flowers
He's a
real
Virgo.
quick, bro.
Tell me.
Man, Ray has never told me no. He's one of the most genuine spirits I've ever met. Now, Ray ain't never gonna lie to you. He gonna tell you how he feel. That's why usually whenever I make big decisions, I call him.
Absolutely. Always
Because I
call me.
know he's gonna say, "Nah, don't fucking do that," or "Yeah, that's a great move," or "If you do go over there, or if you do this, this is who you need to, build relationships with and shit like that." But I just want to give you your flowers, man, because you met me doing a million things.
I think he was rapping or something. You was trying to rap.
Rapping.
Shit, here we go. Oh, here we
hold
go.
on. Don't skip
Oh, my
over that
God.
now.
Yeah, but
I was at the end of it, but I was. It was like my life.
I was at the end of it.
But you know,
What was your rap name? Hold
But
on.
you know, I
you
want to
gotta
tell all of us here. Y'all
Here's my
don't-
name, Sean-
I want to tell
Sean
all.
Simmons.
I want to tell all y'all here something. We are all superheroes, and I think that we don't like to acknowledge it because we're in it, and when
Yeah,
you're in
yeah.
it, you know how hard it is. You know how hard. You know how any given moment something could go wrong, anything can happen. But bro, like my dream, and I think any kid's dream, is to be successful, looking and being themselves. And look how we all are dressed up here. Like we're dressed like ourselves. Like we ain't got a code switch. We ain't got.
Like I always wanted to wear hats in school.
Yeah, like you know, what I'm saying?
I would have
got
my
shades
hat
on
in my
inside,
book
nigga.
bag.
I got shades
I would have
on inside.
I would get a fresh haircut and still wear a hat because I just love hats. I always wore hats when I was a kid, so I would have a hat in my book bag. As soon as that bell rang, I put my hat on. So I just loved when I went to college. I was able to wear a hat in class. So I always wear hats. That's part of my thing. But like, I just hate rules. But I just wanted to tell you, man, like you're super dope.
Thank you.
I appreciate all the things you've done for me, all the knowledge, and any of my big accomplishments. I always call you.
Yep.
But
By the way, I want to
You're
say
a piece of work, though,
He
bro.
listens. I am. Tell me.
you're definitely a piece of work.
Watch that.
But I think it takes a person to understand why you are a piece of work to understand why you act that way. And I feel like I understand
You
you. So
understand,
me and
but-
you never have any issues.
Can I tell?
'Cause I know what I'm getting.
And I want to tell y'all the reason why I'm a piece of work.
The reason.
No, I'm gonna be
You a
honest with y'all,
Virgo?
because no, it's not that. It's because my whole life I wasn't supposed to be shit.
Amen.
And I one day I woke up and realized it. Like, damn, the expectations for me are low. And I changed it. And when I changed it, I couldn't afford to play. So for me, it's like, I see so many people that want to win, but they don't realize that they have to change first. So when people come to you and ask you for advice, they either doing one or two things. Either they really want your advice or they want you to tell them what they want to hear. And when people ask me for advice, my thing is to tell you what you need to hear. Like, I'm not going to tell you anything else because I know the goal is. And like, bro, I know what this does for my family. And I want that for everybody. So you can't come around me and play or cheat the process. I'm a Virgo like Kobe, like Beyonce. Like, think about them. They're not happy. You rarely saw Kobe happy unless he was winning. You don't see Beyonce happy unless she on stage. You know what I mean? Like, because that's living in our purpose. So for me, when I see people saying they want to do something, it's like, and then for me, it's like, why the fuck you ask me if you don't want to hear what I'm going to say? Why you ask me if you're not going to listen? Like, I don't ask for advice unless I'm going to listen. Or I might ask you for advice because I don't want to do what you're going to do. So I want to hear your advice because you might confirm what I've been to, I wasn't going to fucking do. But here, like, I remember one day I called one of my OGs and I can't say his name, but he was wounded. And I was like, I literally was like, I came to him from a place of strength. Like, yo, bro, I got these 3 options. What should I do? And he gave me the easiest option because he said, he was basically like, stay nice to them people right there. If you stay nice to them, you'll always be okay. And I remember thinking, like, I'm not fucking in this shit to stay nice to people. I'm in this shit to win. And winning don't always mean being nice to each other. Winning sometimes means yelling at each other and everything else. But if we yelling to get to the win, that's all that matters to me.
Wait, you went against advice from your OG?
Huh?
You said you went against the advice from your OG.
I knew he was wounded. His advice was, his advice basically was like, I'll tell you what he said. It's kind of fucked up, but his advice was, every black man that's winning is owned by a white man.
Oh,
he was like,
wow.
He was like, find you a white guy that's gonna help you and just stay loyal to him.
I take advice as feedback though. I don't really. I'll get the advice and then I just use it as feedback or notes. Okay, I usually call about 4 people, raise one of them, and then I'll say, okay, well.
But I also
XYZ.
tell you why. I never just say BT go that way. I'll say BT go that way because 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you want to go that way, you got to remember this is gonna happen. So for me, I'm always about, but giving real shit because a lot of us don't really. We make decisions based on 2 things: happiness and money.
Yep.
Right? If you make decision based on money, you probably ain't gonna be happy. And if you make decision based on happiness, you probably ain't gonna have no goddamn money. Right. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, which one matters more to you? Because you can go make $1 million with them, but you ain't gonna be happy. Or you can make 100,000 over here and you'll be happy. But if you make 100,000 over here, you're gonna have to do these other things to get to that $1 million. I'm always like, it's always in depth.
It's a blessing to have that too, because a lot of OGs are not like that. They will not share or give any advice.
Yeah, they don't want to give you any advice. And what your OG told me is just made me think about something. I remember when I worked a day job and I had a mentor and he was like in the industry, and I was just like, man, I don't want to get rich in this business, man. I just want to figure out, how to make money in this business and do this the rest of my life. And I remember I told him, I was like, man, I really want to move to Atlanta and be a radio personality and be on TV and all these things. I'll never forget. And it really made me look at him different. I'll never forget. He was like, yeah, man, you don't need to get in this business.
What?
Maybe that was
he was like, you don't need to get in this business. And I was like, what? He was like, and I was like, man, I'm tired of this day job, man. I'm ready to quit. Yeah. I'm just gonna pack my bags and move to Atlanta. He was like, why would you do that? Why would you want to be broke and chase your dreams? You got a good corporate job. And he was just like, it really kind of like made it, like, anytime I meet people like that now, it really made me look at you in disgust.
He's wounded.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But like, they don't know it though. Like, they don't realize that that's what they are. They're telling you to take the safest route to with the less amount of bumps in the road. So man, just stay here, sit down, you'll be good. But when that fire in you, like that gas that's in you, you gotta fuel that bitch.
Yeah, because he told me don't quit my day job, and I quitted my day job 6 months later, and then you fast forward years down the line, he's like, I'm proud of you.
What? Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
What?
To give him some grace. He is proud of you. But I'm telling y'all, we don't meet people where they are, understand where they are. And that's why I say we superheroes. Because we living out loud. Failures are out loud. Sean ain't afraid to say, I'm paying child support, this one I'm going. We living out fucking loud. Mm-hmm. If I fail and I hit on my face, everybody gonna see. I'm okay with that though. Because I'd rather do that than sit in the seat and wait for a motherfucker to sit and have a boss who pays me 6 figures. I don't want to do that.
I dropped out of grad school to pursue my dreams.
You are one of the most fearless.
I was in grad school, bro.
You're one of the most fearless niggas I know, bro.
I was in grad school. My daughter was 1 year old. I left grad school and I moved to Atlanta.
Were you fearless?
On a dream. I was fucking finna move back a few times.
Doing this show is fearless.
That's why, like, when people are lazy, I don't have no remorse for none of that.
That's what I'm saying. Because I know how hard this shit is.
I don't want to hear all that. I don't no, it's no excuses for nothing for me. I'm an excuse free type of person. So if you have excuses, I don't want to hear it because I had the deck stacked against me, kind of like on some race shit.
I'm telling y'all, I saw you. Like, I saw.
Y'all don't understand. He really did see me.
And every time he was in a comfortable position where I was like, you good. He was like, nah, I want more. And I'm like, shit.
I was hosting one of the biggest parties of all time, and Ray said, he pulled me in the club. We was in Compound. Ray said, you gotta Do you remember that? It was a
I
compound.
remember I said something.
Bring
You
back
said
compound.
you gotta. It's just you gotta do more. I was just like, yeah, you're right.
I always say
do
that.
more.
I always say that.
But I was hosting the biggest party. It was R. Kelly and Rocco,
Yes.
Wow.
and Ray was in there. He was like, man, you just gotta do more. I was like, yeah, you fucking right. I'm gonna do some more.
Comfort is the
He said, stay
brother
uncomfortable.
of failure. You want if you comfortable, you gonna fail. You're gonna fail because you're comfortable and you think that you can't fail. And for me, I'm alert. I'm on this shit. I like literally this shit right here is a manifestation of me saying fuck y'all and saying, and you know, for me it's like fuck y'all. I don't want to be owned. I don't want my voice to be owned because I'm a superhero and I know that there are young black kids that look at us and say I could be like them. And if we don't give them a voice, an option, then we fuck up. To me, we just might as well be sellouts too. If that's what I always tell people. I always tell people, leverage your influence and get louder. Get loud. That's my famous thing to say. Get loud. You're not loud enough. I want to hear it. Cause it's niggas out here acting like they y'all. It's somebody here charging people to do what you know how to do and they don't know how to do it. It's people out here like that. The only difference between us and them is that they are loud.
I would say to give Octavia and BT their flowers. Like I feel like their drive, all our drives match, and that's why I feel like the trajectory has been so fast.
You're from where? Really quick.
I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas.
For real?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
You that
I ain't
nigga,
supposed to
bro.
be
You
here.
that nigga, bro.
I ain't supposed to be
Bobby,
here.
That
That's
nigga. Where you
funny.
from?
Originally California.
I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida.
Florida. Oh, those are three.
I gotta give it to you too, but I ain't gonna lie.
completely
West Palm Beach, you still can drive an hour to Miami. He's from Little Rock.
I'm supposed to be working at FedEx right now.
That's
dog.
right. And I'm supposed to be working at Delta
My
right
high
now.
school teacher told me, she asked everyone what they wanted to be when they grow up. I said, I want to be on the radio. She was like, that's not a real job.
Really?
And it's a post on my Instagram. If you scroll down some more, I'm holding my DJ Khaled plaque, and I said, this is dedicated to my teacher,
I saw
Miss
that.
Stoffel. She said that the job that I wanted to be. Yeah, motherfucker.
Yes.
She said,
You always
100%.
remember
I
how
rose
somebody
my
treated you.
hand and said, I want to be on the radio. Everyone said they want to be a doctor, a lawyer. I said I want to be on the radio. She said, Sean, that's not a real job.
No,
I
fact.
tag my
Her
old
name was
teachers
Miss
in all my
Stoffel.
posts.
Hold
I
on.
don't care. I'm petty. I don't
It's
care.
time to play
I be tagged. Ready?
Making the cut.
Uh-oh.
It's
I heard about this.
By the way,
one.
that's why I asked y'all where y'all from. Because people be biased.
Okay.
I say the South though, because I spent a lot of time here. My dad was in the Army, so we moved around. And originally, I was supposed to have a
Oh, you
government
a
job,
Army
so
baby.
I'm supposed to
love
be
that.
safe.
I see everybody up here said we supposed to do it. We did it our
Yep.
way.
Amen.
Yeah.
we
Frank
go.
Sinatra hits My Way is one of my favorite songs. But here we go. So we have this game we play called Making the Cut.
Okay.
Right? And in this game, we're gonna give you three options. You have to sign one, put one in development, you have to cut the third one. If you choose not to cut the third one, you have to donate $20 to a nonprofit organization for kids that want to be in the music business. Very successful nonprofit.
The Creative Academy.
The Creative Academy. 3 of those kids have won Grammys, so it's a real thing and it works. But I want y'all to answer.
Okay.
I want y'all to answer. Are y'all ready?
Yeah,
We
you
ready.
All right.
All right,
you
cool.
signing one. This is your record label. You are the president.
Or this is your company,
Your
because
company.
I'm not going to just give you artists. I'm going to
All
give you
right,
other options.
Okay.
It's your company.
So you make all the decisions.
Okay, let's start here. Little Baby, Young Thug, Gunna.
Who you signing? Who you dropping? Who you developing?
Who's cutting?
Did we just
I'm
all
signing.
say it, or
I want y'all individually.
Yeah.
Okay.
what's the options again?
I'm signing? You said Lil
Little
Baby.
Baby, Gunna, Thug.
Damn, that's hard.
You said
the whole point.
signing.
Sign,
I'll go
develop,
ahead and answer.
Right.
I'll go
Gunna,
ahead.
Thug. Hold on. Go ahead then. I'll go
I'm
next.
signing Thug, developing Lil Baby, and I'm cutting Gunna.
Okay.
I'm signed Lil Baby, develop Thug, and cut Gunna.
Hell no, I'm donating money. I'm not cutting nobody.
To the kids.
Yeah.
They're
First
gonna
donation.
eat good tomorrow because of
You
Sean.
ever heard fuck you mean?
Listen,
That
right.
nigga is going off on that shit.
That's true.
Listen, we can't all agree.
That's cool.
We'll
Hey,
give
that
you
was
content.
that was the point.
That's the whole
run,
point.
Run your company how you want to run it.
All right, here go another one. T.I., Jeezy, Gucci Mane.
Oh wow.
Just give us all the money you got in your pocket at this point. Just run it.
Wait, say those.
you got a
T.I.,
headache.
Jeezy,
Man. The
Gucci.
trap.
Oct is just over there. She's ready to go. You so stone faced, ready to go.
Go ahead.
He said ladies first.
You know.
Ladies first.
You said sign, develop, cut. Okay. Signing Jeezy. Developing Gucci, cutting T.I.
Ooh. Somebody gotta go. I knew
happy
he was
as
over
hell.
there happy.
I'm donating.
$40
Only because
Easy way out.
no, those three guys are the most important trap rappers ever.
That's what
you
we
can't
asked.
cut anybody. You can't cut Tip. You can't cut Gucci. You can't cut Jeezy. Damn.
Hey, listen, man. Even superstars in the NBA got to get cut sometimes.
Go
So
ahead,
who you
BT, break
cutting?
it down.
Come on,
So
let us
listen.
know.
I'm definitely signing Jeezy, developing Gucci, and I'm cutting T.I.
And we
Y'all are
matched up.
cutting Tip. Woo! All right.
Not in real life.
That's
Like not
That's-
real life.
that-
This is just a game, okay, guys?
Yeah,
It's just a
yeah.
game.
This how people feel on our show.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's why it feels good, right? Doesn't it? It feels good, right? Hold on. I got one. Kanye West, Drake, Jay-Z.
Yo, who came up with this shit, man?
All right.
I might be with Rory.
Sign Jay-Z. Develop. Who's that?
Drake,
Kanye.
Kanye.
Develop Kanye and cut Drake.
Drake
Light
gotta
skin
go.
beef.
Drake gotta go.
Light skin beef is real.
Drake.
Light on my crown.
Drake.
Drake, I love you, Drake.
But if you had Kanye or Jay,
It's a game.
you stressed
He's
over
still
there.
thinking-
You
he's
need
still
some
thinking.
water.
He's still thinking, he's still thinking.
Okay. Keep in mind, this is game, guys. I'm
This
going to
is a
answer.
game.
I'm signing Drake.
Oh,
I'm developing Kanye because we got to get him back on the right
you
path.
cannot say this out loud.
No, he has to say it.
Now you
you
gotta say
cannot
it.
say that.
Go ahead.
I got to cut Hove.
Damn, streets is watching.
Literally.
way.
I owe y'all $60.
$60 for the kid.
My God,
Hove is a hard one.
cheating. He's
can't-
taking it easy way out.
I can't cut.
Hold on.
You gotta been max out.
No, this is business.
This is all business.
God.
All three of these guys, all three of these names are equally important to the culture, man.
But this is your company. You get
It's
to
my
Right,
company.
and they
I'm
not in the
on-
budget. You don't got a budget for all three.
We
Somebody
gonna
gotta
figure
go.
it out.
We
We gonna
got
figure out that budget.
He paid the extra $20. He paid the overage.
I paid overage.
I paid the
If it gotta
overage.
come out of my pocket for the overage,
Hold on.
on the
I got
label, yeah.
some more.
Damn,
Now,
no,
once-
I don't
wanna
wanna pay no more
these, I
money.
want to make sure these are known. Hold on. It gets a little harder for you. I'll make sure these are known that these are not my choices. This is Jack Dan's. So,
The person that got
the Big Ticker Show,
Oh,
Greg Street Show,
ooh,
Kenny Burns Show.
that's intense.
Oh,
It's getting personal over here.
let's get personal.
Ooh. Anybody?
Ladies first.
No. It's convenience.
Nothing.
Oh, she said it's nothing. She got it.
Let's
Easy.
see.
What's up?
You said Big Tigger, Greg, and Kenny.
Yep.
I'm going to sign Tigger, develop Kenny, and cut Greg.
Okay. By the way, I fuck with you. If y'all ever don't want to let her go somewhere, you have a spot here. I just love
she's
the.
standing
I
on
just
it.
love the faces. It's like cold, unapologetic.
Look at
I
this
love
one.
it.
He trying to act like he not here. You're here. You're still here.
Okay. Well,
Love you, Greg. He knows.
Okay.
well, I'm going to sign Greg, develop Kenny, and I'm cutting Big Ticket.
That feel personal. I feel
Come
like.
on, you got one in you. You
No,
got,
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
you
I'm fucking
got
with you.
one in you.
I'm gonna
Come
sign
on,
Greg.
boys.
He's the reason one of the reasons I
There we go.
was on the radio. I'm gonna develop Kenny Burns and I'm gonna cut Big Tig. Sorry, Tig. Yeah,
Hold on, I
You
got-
know what? You already know what he had to say.
Hold on. Okay, here go another one.
yeah.
That's that business.
$1 million worth of game. Drink Chaps. Joe Budden.
Oh, okay. I'm a. This is by preference. I'm gonna sign Drink Champs. I fucking love that show. I'm gonna develop $1 million worth of game. That's my second favorite, and then I'm gonna cut Joe Budden.
Oh, man, you cold blooded. Oh, you cold. I'm signing $1 million worth of game, developing Joe Budden, and I'm cutting Drink Champs. They gotta fix their audio, man.
Got some.
Now I'm signing Joe Budden. I'm gonna develop Drink Champs and cut $1 million worth of game.
Why?
Well, I think with my production, Drink Champs will be out of here, and Joe Budden, he know he a star.
I like that point of view.
Yeah.
You don't want to elaborate on the last one you cutting?
Oh, I just that was the game. Like I couldn't keep both.
Somebody had to go.
Okay. I want to get to this one. Outkast, Goody Mob, Migos.
Oh.
I'm signing Outkast for sure. I'm gonna develop the Migos, and I'm gonna cut Goody Mob.
I second that.
Oh, copy paste.
I second that.
Sign Outkast, develop Migos, cut the last one. I don't remember, what was it?
Goody Mob?
Yeah.
Damn, she didn't.
Sorry.
What's the last one?
I'm a producer. I got a million things working in my mind. I
Sorry,
forgot
Goody
the
Mob.
name.
Goody Mob Fido.
Yeah, I love Goody Mob.
Sure.
ATL Jacob, London on the Track, Metro Boomin.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
Not that's easy and that's disrespectful. We
That's
got two
easy.
opposites.
Metro Boomin definitely getting signed. ATL Jacob, I'm developing. And who was the last one?
See?
London on the Track.
London on the Track. Bro, Metro Boomin is arguably probably one of the biggest producers
in Atlanta history.
Like, and ATL Jacob is on his way up.
He's
Yeah.
up next.
So you got to develop people that's coming up.
All right, good point of view.
I'll do signing Metro for sure. Develop in London and cut ATL Jacob.
Damn, you ain't gonna let him rise?
Hey, this is a show, man. You gotta be different.
Yeah, I'm keeping all three of them guys. I'm
Give
paying.
him get a coin. That
Both my guys. $80.
He getting a coin.
$80. Okay. But by the way, thanks for playing the game. How much we get? $80 for the kids?
Yes,
I thought it was 60.
Yeah,
Listen,
shout out
we
to
have to make
Ferrari, the
160.
cheater.
Dre Duramis, we have to make sure that Ferrari
Apple Pay,
sees
right?
Ferrari sees
Apple Pay?
Yeah, Apple Pay. I'll send it to you. Ferrari sees the
Pictures
food
of the
entering the
kids.
kid's mouth. They were gonna eat free lunch tomorrow, but because of you, they're gonna all get Chick-fil-A. Thanks for you. You did that. You did that.
For a good cause.
So Ferrari, I wanted to ask you a question. So
Yeah.
recently, I know all your relationships are like
Yeah.
A1 in the city. You like probably one of the most loved neutral people in the city.
Which is very difficult.
Which is very difficult to be.
accomplish.
That's why I say that. Like, it's, everybody pick a side. Even Street got people who are like, man, like I'm a little pissed off at them about certain things. It's hard to be neutral. But we were speaking, and you were telling me about how certain artists you feel like are picking other outlets over yours. You want to address that?
No, yeah, I do. I just don't like when I see, artists that we reach out to, especially me, because I reach out to people that I feel like I got great relationship with. Example, Offset. I don't like that he did that. What was that? Was the girl Bobby? I hate that he did that show and he didn't come do our show.
So you asked them.
So yeah, I definitely DM'd him, and we talked.
Yeah.
I have his number. We reply. So this is not a shot.
Yeah.
This is more so like a highlight. Hey, bro, you both come on the show, bro.
got
I don't like seeing not coming to your folks.
Yeah. Do you think that that's a personal decision or his team's making that decision?
It could be team. But I kind of want some initiative from the artist too, saying,
Right.
"Oh, we have to do X, Y, Z." Like for example, Jeezy came on the show because he said, "I have to go over there with my guys." Lil Boozy came on the show because he said, "I have to go over there with my folks." I just need that. That's what I need. I need that across the board.
And that was
agree.
one of your last DMs to Offset was
Correct.
get on our show.
Wait, Ray, so if you have an artist and you kind of don't want them to do something, but they're saying like, listen, these are my guys, I want to go. Are you going to concede to that and let them go do the show?
I don't have an opinion on what they should or shouldn't do. And the reason why is because I believe everybody needs a hand up. So if I'm managing a superstar and he wants to do a new podcast, I'm with it. I'm 100% with it because that's helping break that thing. And for me, I know that for us to get, like, even when I started this, like, the name of this show, guys, when I wrote on my board, when I came up with the goats and underdogs, was I said Convos with the Gods. That was the name of the show. And I wrote it down big, and I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just call that shit the God Show, because Convos with the Gods means that I need someone to dance with me in a chair, and no one might not show up for me. And for me, I come from a place where I don't expect people to show up for me. So you're right. I'm not even, like, by the way, I only do that because I'm a manager first. And the first responsibility of a manager is to manage expectations. So I have to manage mine. So if I think somebody gonna do my shit, then and they don't do it, and I'm a Virgo, I hold grudges.
Oh yes.
I take it personally.
We kind of the same in that.
Yeah, like if you don't do my shit and I ask you, I don't like you. I don't like your kids. I don't like nobody with you. Your kids can run up on me and be like, "Can I get it? Who your dad?" Beat it, kid. Like,
Donating to your basketball team.
but I got to, let me tell you why. On the other side, why I say that. When Ferrari says, when I call Ray doesn't say no. That's anybody in the city. Because one day my son is gonna come in the room, and they gonna remember, he might walk in the room with Ferrari. My son might want to be in the radio. And if I was a piece of shit to you, how can I expect you to treat my kid good? So for me, it's like, if you a piece of shit, we all pay for the sins of our fathers, and we pay for the blessings of our fathers. We all receive from the blessings of our fathers. So I take it personal if you don't show up for me. So I don't ask nobody. Only person I asked was Master P. Like, me and JD was talking, and I was like, he was like, you shouldn't sit down. I'm like, come on. But for me, bro, I agree. I just think it's fuck shit. And I don't know if y'all deal with this. Here's another thing I deal with that I never said out loud. Don't get pissed at me watching, my friends watching. But because I know my friends, so let's say if you're my friend, but you manage a superstar, they'd be like, man, fuck them coming on the show. I want to come on the show. I'd be like, nigga, I love you, but I need them right now to get the numbers. But for me, it's like, man, fuck it. If my friend, so I have friends that are like, that manage stars. It's like, I want to come on the show.
No, we've had that before.
Yeah,
that's hard for me to deal with.
I call it industry politics, right?
Yeah.
Because you get in a time now, I feel like more than ever, everybody wants to be famous.
More than ever.
You got people that have Grammys, that are behind the scenes, that have big houses. And now it's like, now is the time where I want to be famous. And I'm like, man, this is getting out of hand, because it's like, if everybody wants to, like, I was talking to my boy yesterday. I said, man, you know how hard it is to do business in this industry now? Because let's say, prime example, right? We looking for a PR team, right?
Yeah.
So I'm seeing people, I'm like, okay, this would be a good PR person, right? So I reach out to somebody, I'm talking to them, and I'm like, yeah, we want to do this, do that. Okay, cool. So I'm like, wait. How are you the PR person and you on the flyer of certain events? And I'm like, you looking like an influencer. So you an influencer or you a PR person? So it's like, now it's like so confusing, because it's like, you don't never know what people's intentions are anymore, because people can say they want to help you, but in reality, it's like people want to be the stars now.
Bro, and I'm telling you, I had an artist come in here, and I was like, bro, I heard he's in town. Man, can you introduce me? I want to do an interview. Bro, I've been waiting myself to get on. Goddamn, bro. Like, okay, when I'm gonna get on? And I'm like, so for me, it's like, fuck y'all. Put a mic on me. I'll say some shit, and then that person will be like, I want to get on there. I can't, because for me, it's like, I've had people come on here and bore me to death. And I'm like, oh, God.
I've been doing this for a while, so even for regular, when I was doing terrestrial radio, same thing. You know what I'm saying? It was hard to get interviews.
Yeah.
And for a while, I took it personal, because I was like, damn, they not giving Atlanta its just due.
Yeah.
They will go do a big New York interview, but then Atlanta, we're playing your records. We going crazy in the club with your records. This is to anyone. This ain't to nobody in particular, but me and Fly Guy DC were breaking records on the radio, but we can barely get motherfuckers to come do an interview. That's why I appreciate Future so much, because he came and gave us an interview.
And that's why, and because of that, that's why
I'm a big fan of him.
That's why I would let, no matter how big my artist is, I'll let him do anyone's show. But here's something else that I think no one understands that we all get. My nigga, I don't give a fuck if you do a podcast with 0 subscribers. If you are dope and you're saying something dope and people see that, they're going to come.
Yeah, they're going to come. Facts. I agree
like,
with that.
They're going to come. So while y'all worried about interviewing with it, like, if you are, and y'all show, y'all, it's fun.
So that's my thing. Whenever I reach out to somebody, you're coming to interview with us. So it's not, it's going to be somebody you're comfortable with. Like, I'm not going to make you uncomfortable. I'm going to ask you a tough question for sure.
But you have to though.
But because that's part of my job. BT called it out real good. He said, am I messy or do I have a messy job? That's part of the job.
But here's the thing, we can't get caught up in that because we're media now, and that's what I just embraced a week ago. I think I told y'all that. I told y'all that at A3C.
At A3C.
I just embraced being the media because I'm a music guy. It's like it would be times we interview someone and they'll be like, "You want to make the cut with them?" I'm like, "Nah, we can't do that with them. They artists. I can't." That's the manager in me. It's to naturally protect. Like, nah, I'm not gonna do that to them. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, nah, but I can't. I mean, if I'm committing to the character, I have to commit to the character. So I have
what
a question.
happened at A3C that made you have that?
It wasn't A3C. It was Paris.
So what happened?
What happened was I flew to Paris for my birthday to go. And you know, I love this shit. What I do, the music shit. I'm really good at it. And I was hanging out with L.A. Reid, and we was hanging out back after the show. We was in this little private, intimate room, and instead of us like talking about the show, and all they want to talk about is what I was saying on my show. Like, so Usher's like, you really think Chris Brown, blah, 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 and you think Michael Jackson's this, and have you seen this, and Ray, you forgot about this, and LA is like, and he's telling me like, you giving hip hop too much credit without talking about other black genres, and I'm like, LA, you know I'm just Ray Daniels that worked for you. That what is the
not anymore.
That's why.
Not
so
anymore.
When I came back, I was like, I gotta walk in this. I gotta walk it out, and it was crazy how it's just certain things happened yesterday that God was like, I got you. Shit that I was worried about, that he was like, I got you. Somebody just hit me for some shit. Was like, somebody just found like a huge check for me. And my guys like, I'm like, what the fuck? I ain't even know it was coming. But I gotta rob Peter to pay Paul. I pay for all of this shit out of my music money. So for me, it's like I'm constantly working and reinvesting. And so he was like, you don't have to work that hard no more. Here's something for the next 8 months for everything you're doing. Just keep going. And that was my confirmation. So that's why I'm also so hard on people, because I'm like, if you believe in God, you know he's watching. If you know he's watching, you know he's waiting for you to show him that you believe in him, which means you got to run the risk first. He don't have to.
I think we run a lot of risk too with our time, you know, all the equipment that we have, you know, it's coming out of, you know, I got the cameras and stuff like that. They, you know, it's about time. We run the risk every day.
Octavia is setting up this whole shit at Ball Alert. Like, she sets it all up. She records. BT and I just show up, and then Octavia has to pack it up, put it in her car, unpack it.
Really?
Yeah, she does
Go
everything.
Hat, them glasses,
You're looking
and
at
that
a
ponytail.
3-person team.
That hat, them glasses, and that ponytail.
Like,
She set up everything at BET. I'm
She got a
talking
pistol
about
on her
like
too. I know she got a pistol in there in case some shit go down. I know it.
But
She ready for-
another answer to your question is why I got in the front, because it's just like you want to see something done, you just got to do it yourself. Sometimes you can't wait for people.
You know, I got in the front. Every time I would sit with the artist, I'll say, it's easy. Because I really think the music business is easy. It's really easy. It's just tell stories, make good music that tells stories, and you'll win. So I'm in there, I'm like, yo, just like, they'll be talking to me about stuff, and they'll be like, you know, artists will come in there and play your song saying, I'm getting money, millions of dollars. And then when the song goes off and they talking to you, they're like, man, my family's struggling right now. We trying to figure this shit out. I got to help my mama, da-da-da. And I'm like, play that song. More people have that going on in their life than they have the I'm getting money. And they look at me like, what the fuck are you talking about?
but that's why Sexy Red is so popular. And I tell people all the time, I said, you know, people was like, I think I seen Gary Vee was like, yeah, I'm doing a study on the culture and why is Sexy Red so popular. I'm like, you do know that most women from
The hood look like her.
look like her,
regular girl.
talk like her, act like her.
Everything. That's
So
why I
you know
work.
this is relatable. Like, everything that she's saying is relatable.
And she doesn't wear expensive clothes.
She's just herself.
Her lace fronts look cheap. You know, everything.
Why you bothering my sis lace front?
That's a
No,
part
facts,
of
though.
the, that's
That's
a
why
part of the
people-
brand. Like,
that's
she
why
can
people love
she can get a
DMX.
$3,000 lace front, but
good
she
one.
probably like, give me that cheap shit. I need my girls to know.
You know,
I'm with them still.
But you know, Ray, I feel like another thing
I'm
too.
being honest.
Ray is crazy. I feel like another thing too is like, I feel like Sexy Red really blocked a lot of females
So she took over.
because women that are like superstar rappers, they can't rap like Sexy Red no more. They can't talk about the stuff that she's talking about.
You know what Sexy Red did to female rap? the same thing that I believe Lil Baby did to the Migos. Right? Because the Migos was trapper, selling dope. Hannah Montana. And it was entertaining. Great songs. But if you're from Atlanta, you know that they're from Gwinnett. Not saying they're not street. But if you know Atlanta, you know they're from the side of town they're from. That's an affluent black community, right? It might be a bando here and there, but that's 2-parent households up in Gwinnett. You know what I mean? So
They authenticated it.
exactly. So then here comes Lil Baby,
Really
a
strong.
real Atlanta, Oakland City nigga. It just feels different than it feels than some dudes from Atlanta that's from Gwinnett. And I think what Sexy Red did to female rap was she became a nigga almost. It was almost like if you listen to her songs, like she's a girl singing "Looking for the hoe," like that's some nigga shit.
Yeah.
She almost became like the authentic.
But that's how women talk behind the scenes.
You know what
though.
it is? Sweetie don't look ratchet no more.
No.
They don't look ratchet no more. Now they look high level. They wearing Birkin bags and shit. And it's like they saying hood shit. They look like hood chicks.
Meanwhile,
but
Sexy Red at the
Sexy Red is
BET
coming in
Awards with
a-
the stack of money.
yes, nigga, she's a hood chick. So it's almost like
How emotional
that was a
support
hood chick we thought was a hood chick, but you were really a bougie hood chick.
But it's
that's
like,
the hood chick.
Yo,
right
no,
there.
for real, because it's like I thought like Sexy Red is what I thought Glorilla was gonna be.
I can see that.
Yeah, exactly. But what happened with Glorilla? She got on. Her name is Glorilla, my nigga. Like gorilla. Like
Glory,
no-
hallelujah.
She got on,
name. That's her
but she got on, and then she started looking rich.
Yup.
Sexy
Changed
Red
the
got on,
motif.
and
Yeah,
that's
she
what
got
people.
out
That's
of
what
there.
I mean by sticking to the character. If that's who you are, that's who we want. Jay-Z came out saying, "Nigga, I'm still spending money from '88." What? Like that was his line that stuck with me as a 15-year-old kid seeing the Dead Presidents video. Like, does this nigga just say in 1996 he's spending money from
he had a
'88?
glow up.
That's what. But he did have a glow up, but he always was about money.
Yeah, but like versus the DMX who slipped.
I was just about to go there. DMX, no matter how big he got,
The
shirt
whole
off.
time.
That's why.
Nigga.
That's what
Yes.
the DMX really changed the trajectory of a character.
Yes.
He was all the way in on that character, and I felt that shit. So until it's
That's what I'm
gone, till
saying.
I got to know that.
Exactly.
If you with me or what? They ain't trying to give me nothing. I don't want to give me the bud. What? Oh, that shit was hard. I
It's
was
like
yeah,
he
this
made a
nigga
girl
fire.
song. He knew, but that's what I mean by like that's what Sexy Red is.
Yeah.
And I pray that she don't go away from it.
And
Like
Yeah.
don't let these girls say, "Girl, you ain't got no Birkin." She's still talking to a nigga in jail. Did she just get checked by
Yeah.
her boyfriend from jail? Like
Yeah, she just did an interview or
She
something,
had
right?
The
two
nigga
dudes
called
in
from
jail.
jail.
One
Yeah.
dude, she hung up with one dude, and the other dude called from another.
nigga, that's
my
what we
type of
expect
girl.
from her.
But I think that's just who she is.
And then
That's
was
the
laid
point.
up with
But
the
what I'm
dude
saying
with
is
the
that,
ankle
but
bracelet.
you
My
don't know
sister
who you
knows.
are until you get your first check, and that's when you figure out who you really are.
And she
I don't know who
independent.
no one is until I give them their first check. Then it's like, oh shit, that's who you are. So I'm trying to tell you, like,
Yeah, because they said money doesn't change; it just expose who
money
you really are.
allows you to be yourself.
Yeah.
So now you start seeing who they walking with. The girl, like, the girl looked like a football player, and now all of a sudden she's like a supermodel.
Not the big bag.
But it's a lot of
That's
people
who
like
you
that.
are, nigga. That's who you are. You was waiting to get some money to be that
But
nigga.
it's a lot of people like that in the industry. Like you will see people coming up in the industry, whether it's managers or whoever, and they artists get bigger. Then the managers start acting different. Like, bruh,
Nah, it's real.
you can't pick up the phone no more.
But it'd be crazy. But it'd be crazy because the reason why, and this is why artists lose,
Yup.
because they get money, and then they get disconnected from who they used to be, and now they got this whole new crew over here, and now they want to talk about what's happening over here. Meanwhile, what you did over here is what made you rich. So now you over here talking about this, and you think that the audience is supposed to follow you. They can follow you after you glow up. They want to see you glow up.
And what you did over here, who you did it with over here as well.
I always say, Sean, I'm like, I go in the studio session, you see malt liquor, you see weed, you see hard liquor, you like, oh, okay, cool. Then a year later after niggas is on, now they drinking different champagnes and shit that rich friends
Ace
turn
of
them on to.
Spades and shit.
Nigga, you're losing it. Where the malt liquor at, my nigga? I need that
Kill
malt
40.
liquor in here. Where that weed? I'm telling you, bro, they lose. Bro, it's something about that combination of what was happening, of Sean, who's in the room, who's gonna tell me, fuck you, nigga, or the girl who's in the room. That combination keeps you. But let me tell you a funny story. Swear to God. I just started managing Rock City, and they were performing around the city, and they are really good performers. And they did a show, and I didn't like it. So you would have thought that they killed somebody, like the way they got off the stage, and I was like, we need to talk now. And like, what?
can
I mean,
see
like
it. Get
BT,
your
they walk. I'm like, nigga, walk to the bathroom. We need to talk. So we in the
Damn.
bathroom, and I'm like, that's me. That's how I'm intense, bro. I want to win.
Yes.
Nigga, I'm intense like that. So I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? That wasn't good. Y'all lazy. Y'all feeling yourselves. Y'all feeling yourselves. And as we talking in the bathroom, somebody walks in. And they walk in and, niggas get quiet now. Like, so he walks in, he looks up, he's like, yo, y'all the two dudes that was performing? Yeah. Y'all niggas was amazing. And then Timothy and Teron just stare at me like, why this nigga pissing, by the way? We just said, we waiting for him to piss to finish arguing. So we quiet. They just stared at me like, as soon as he walk out, they was like, I said, well, let him manage y'all then.
Ooh.
Let that nigga manage y'all. I'm your manager, which means I know the high level of quality I expect from y'all, and I didn't get that right now. So if y'all want that nigga to manage y'all because he thought it was dope, let him. But I'm not settling for no bullshit when I know y'all could do better. Niggas like, you know what? You're right. Dapped it up, kept it moving. No matter where we are, Teron is rich as fuck, successful as fuck. That nigga will have a song that the entire room is going crazy for. He will still call me in the room and say, Ray, what do you think? He don't give a fuck what the room think. But what Ray thought is why we're rich. That's why he always care about it. And the minute that he stopped caring about it, I know I lost him. I know I lost him. Now I get other artists and I see that I make them $75,000 now. And now they looking at me like, what? I'm like, nigga, I had $75,000 in credit card bills last month.
This sound like a movie. This sounds like a movie
life,
trailer.
my nigga.
This sounds like a
But
movie.
this is my life, my nigga. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, that's what I'm saying. The hard part is you don't know who someone is. And to be fair to them, they don't know who they are until they get that check. So you come in that room and you hand niggas $100,000 checks, $200,000 checks. The nigga that's the first one out the room, that's usually the nigga that's gonna go broke first. Cause he can't wait to go spend it. And the nigga that's in the room staying, that's the nigga that's gonna keep making money. Cause he like, hey nigga, that's cool, put that in my pocket. Roddy Jerkins told me he was in the studio with Justin Bieber on his 18th birthday. And he said, he turned 18. He said somebody walked in the room and gave him like a check, crazy check for like $200 million or something. And he said they gave him the check, like, you 18 of it, here, this is your money. And Justin just put that shit to the side, went back to the making of music. Wow. That's why he's great. Because the money don't faze me. You can give me $10 million for this show right now. I'm still gonna film it the way I film it with the same intensity and all the other shit. And that's why it works. And if we understand that, we'll be fine. But niggas don't understand that until they get that check.
Yeah, they never understand. Like I always say, I like to see when artists are cooling down.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, they totally different.
And they totally different. And people
Ask you about
always
your kids and shit.
It sounds like some hater shit saying that, but
the truth,
I
though.
like when artists cool down because you will meet an artist, especially like being on the radio. They come in, they super cool, super humble, even like influencing comedians. And then it's like as soon as they blow up, it's like, damn, you can't answer phone. Damn, he unfollowed me too.
Yeah, he don't talk to a nigga. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And then guess what happened? When they cool back down, hey, big bruh, I want you to come check out some stuff that I'm working on. Oh, I'm big
I went to school. I'm not gonna say his name. Y'all can guess though,
Big
real
Romy.
easy. I went to high school with someone, became a superstar rapper, and I remember seeing him out. What's up, bro? We was, and mind you, it wasn't like we went to school together. We was niggas in school. That was my nigga in school. Saw him when he was on. What's up, bro? What's up? He didn't even say my name. What's up? And then he saw I was with Teron, and he was like, boy, I know you. I want to fuck with you, da da da. I was like, ain't this a motherfucking bitch? And that nigga crashed. And on his crash, he come, yo, bro, what you need, big bro? Hey, bro, I remember how you treated me when you didn't think I was nobody. Nigga, y'all, anybody know me? No. I don't give a fuck what room I walk into. I don't give a fuck where I go. I speak to everybody.
Yep.
Nigga, I speak, because I already know your perception. You might not, because people might know you from the show, but don't want to admit they know. You know how niggas be, they know you, but they don't want to say they know you.
Yeah.
So sometimes you going out your way.
That's hard.
And now that they be hating on your shit. Look at this nigga. This nigga think he the shit. Then you walk over to him and be like, yo, what's up, bro? I'm Ray, man. Nice to meet you. Then you walk off and they be like, I fuck with that nigga right there,
Yeah.
man.
But you know what?
You know
But
that
look,
happens.
That's all it is. That's
Yeah.
why you got to go in the room and speak to everybody. That's why people always
But
say,
that's-
why are you so happy? Because, man, you don't know
Who's
what
watching,
people going
yeah.
through and who watching you. Because I want to leave here and they be like, damn, I really fuck with they show and y'all haven't checked the show out. I would
They
love for y'all
want
to
to support you.
Yeah, like
that's what's and we don't. And what I tell people, I'm like, we are all on a campaign for ourselves.
Yep. And that's
We're
one thing I
earning
like to say
votes.
too is like people always remember how you make them feel.
Yeah,
Overall.
and they are like, and my thing is that we have to seduce constantly. Dog, I walk in a room and it's so crazy because my kids are learning it, and it's scaring me.
Ooh.
My kids are paying it, and maybe because
see
they
it.
got me in them. So like I'll ask my daughter like, you like this outfit? And I might say on a scale of 1 to 10, what you think about this outfit? She was like, 11 million.
Ooh.
Daddy, it's the best. I'm like, Milky, you could have just said a 10. You know what I'm saying? She's 6, by the way. She wants to, but she's seducing, and then as soon as she gets that, she's like, Daddy, can you come on my iPad? I want to pay. Can you buy this game for me? Right? And my stupid ass be buying it every time. Yes. So I be trying to tell people, I'm like, bro, never stop seducing, never stop campaigning, and never stop working. And if you could do those 3 things as an artist, a manager, a podcaster, anything, you will always be successful.
Yeah, it's a campaign and it can't stop. It's literally every day. Everything you do is content.
Best advice about podcasting you have gotten since you've been in the industry? And I want everybody to go around YouTube.
I need some help too. I about to say, I want her.
The best advice, man.
Ray's like,
you know
listen.
what? The best advice that I've
about
received.
podcasting, though.
Nah, I'm telling you. I applied it to podcasting.
Okay.
It was when we
I'll
interviewed
take that.
Country Wayne.
Okay.
That was the most dopest interview ever that I paid attention to say, oh, I understand. It's content driven. Everything, the algorithm is set up for content. It doesn't matter. You can, people don't post and shit. No, it's not set up. The social media algorithm is set up for you to post.
Exactly.
You set up your own situation, but then you monitor it, and then you understand that your Facebook followers may not be the same as your Instagram followers, may not be the same as your Threads, may not be the same as your Twitter/X. All these are different. Your Snapchat, everything is different. In your TikTok, you have to learn when's the good time to post on TikTok, when's your good time to post on Instagram, when's your good time to post on all these things, and come up with a routine. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we're going to post at 2 o'clock. We're going to post at 6 o'clock. We're going to post at 10 o'clock. I got followers. I can post at any given time, especially at night, because a lot of people that follow me are in the industry.
Exactly.
So they're up all night.
Good one.
So they're looking for some type of content. So I'll post around 8 o'clock because I know it's going to hit your timeline around 10, 11, 12. That's me.
Agreed.
Advice that I've gotten.
Yeah. Best advice.
Yeah.
Not a damn thing.
I was about to say the same thing. I'm like, ain't nobody gave me no good
giving me
advice.
no damn help. Nobody giving me no advice. It's like, I figure it out. And what I tell myself is,
Go ahead.
There's no rules to creating. You create what feels good. There's no rules to this thing.
And you said,
No, I haven't gotten any advice, but it's a lot of people that I would love to reach out to and have a conversation about the business. Like, somebody like a Joe Rogan. I would love to know what $100 million deal feels like with a podcast situation.
Yeah.
Like I would love
I
to
got some
see
questions for you.
Yeah, I got a bunch of questions on like how do you even get to that point? But advice for podcasting, I haven't really gotten any. I feel like podcasting for like us and even for you guys, this is like a new world.
Yeah.
So
I say we building a plane and learning how to fly it at the same time. Trying to figure out exactly what's going on. It's all a learning experience. The hardest thing for me though is not arguing with people in the comments, right? I
like to argue with people.
Me too. I dedicate an hour of my day
That's an
strictly
Aquarius
to
thing.
arguing
Hey,
with
it's
people.
okay.
Okay.
I feel like it's okay.
Me too.
I feel like if I have time, I'm gonna argue with you. But
Yes.
most of the time, I don't have time. But if I'm feeling it for a day, I'm gonna argue with you, and I'm gonna just go back and forth because sometimes it's really misinformed, and they're taking it incorrectly. So I try to not correct. I try to say, okay, well, why do you feel that way? Or I'll say how I felt. For example, we had a clip that went viral. It went super viral. I asked Flage why she wasn't in the Lotto video. They were killing me in the comments. Ferrari, you being messy. I don't like that. So I replied to one comment. I was like, I know Flage and I know Lotto.
Right.
If anyone's valid enough to ask the question, it's me.
Good one.
I know both of them and I know both of their parents. What's the problem? So then they was like, oh, wow, you're right. And I just shut it all the way down. But sometimes you got to talk a little shit in there, man. Fuck
listen,
that.
I'm all about
it's
it.
good. It's good vibes.
Listen, sometimes you
Can I
gotta
say
defend
my
yourself.
What?
Go ahead.
Jason Lee taught me. Jason Lee taught me that in order to run a successful media company, you cannot give a fuck what people think.
I don't give a fuck, but sometimes I'm bored, so it's a Twitter finger
He's
type of
talking
thing.
about two different things.
Oh.
He's talking
He's
about
talking about the
comments.
best
Question.
and he was answering the question.
No, I'm saying because I was saying the
Oh, my
podcast.
bad, my
No,
bad,
you
my
good.
bad.
I was just saying
My
to
bad.
podcast.
He's like, oh, yeah.
Because Jason Lee showed me. He said he showed me that you can't be afraid to call people out. You can't be afraid to say people's name. And I'm gonna tell you something. I hate to say
Can't
this.
be afraid. No,
I hate to say this
can't be
because it's just fucked up. But people are not controlled by love. They're controlled by fear.
correct.
And Offset might love you,
Yeah, that's my boy.
but he might fear missing out over there. Right? The FOMO, right? So it's not like he fears her, but
Like,
he might,
yeah, we follow
he might
each other.
that's
We
what I'm saying.
talk.
I'm
He
just
told
saying,
me
I'm
congratulations
just saying
on the baby.
people
All
show
that.
up more.
Well, come on the show,
for
bro.
Who they
What's
love.
up?
Right.
I mean, for who they fear, than
Offset.
they show up for who
What's
they love.
up, my boy?
Offset.
Come on, the Ball Alert Show.
Yeah, but
we got a lot to talk about.
He may
like the
fear the
smile.
Bobby versus
No, yeah, I get it.
Love,
Like
have
he-
love
like-
for
I'm still
you.
pitching him coming on the show.
He
'cause
will,
we got
but
a
I'm
lot to
saying,
talk
but
about.
He's
this right here, being called out will make him do it.
100%.
And then he'll probably say, "Bro, you had to call me out like that. I was going to
Oh,
do
he
it."
gonna
No, he
get me.
wasn't.
He gonna get me. He
No,
gonna
you
get me.
wasn't. No, you wasn't. You wasn't though. And that's what Jason taught me. Jason was like, he would call you the fuck out. Like, why you not doing what you? Why you not fucking doing my shit? How you doing that? And for me, I was afraid of that because I also got to make money on the music side. But now I don't give a fuck.
Ooh.
So
I think
my
it
mind-
just
I-
hit. It
and none of
sometimes
that-
it
and none
just
of that,
hits
it's
you.
respect, but none of that.
It's a
It's
respect
respect.
thing.
It's
Yeah,
respect.
it's respect.
It's respect. It's like if I fuck
respect.
with you and you fuck with me, then
Facts.
you should show up for me like you want me. You will want me to show up for you.
Yeah.
So it's not disrespect, but then I gotta also say, you motherfucker want to go over there with those white people. Maybe it's because of whatever reason, and then it looks bad. But nigga, you made it that way. Cause you didn't, even if he would have told you, like I hit Puff and I was like, yo, Puff, I really want to interview you. And he was like, he was in town for something. And he was like, I can't do it right now. He was in town for for InvestFest. He said, I can't do it right now, but next time I come to Atlanta, I'm gonna come
That's
see
all
you.
I need.
And mind you, he
all I
might
need.
not ever come see me,
But that's
but
all.
I felt like he would.
Right.
And that makes me fuck with him.
art of
Hey,
seduction.
Seduction, my nigga.
Hey.
Seduction, my nigga.
Or tell me no. It's
They don't,
okay.
no, they don't want to tell you no.
Yeah,
I know.
Cause they
They
know,
can't.
cause they know
You can't.
they
You
gonna
can't.
need you
Yeah.
somewhere
Or-
down the
or-
road.
I get it.
and they afraid of.
But I can live with an answer though.
So with that being,
I just want an
but
answer.
Ferrari. With that being said, that's why you gotta call them out and develop your own shit. Because if you don't, they don't respect you. I'm telling you, like niggas will show up. I've seen my own friends show up for niggas that I know they didn't like
Man, we talk about this all the time.
because of the power that person might have
don't
had.
get me started.
Come on,
because
bro.
I talk about this all the time. Where it's like people will sit there and call you for advice, call you for favors, and then it's like when you need something, they'll give somebody else the opportunity that they don't even know. I'm like, you don't even know this person. How are you giving this person an opportunity and it's shining? You don't even know them.
Exactly.
And then especially like a lot of people I be asking or I reach out to, I was there. Like I was there in the
Facts.
very, very, very beginning. So I feel away sometimes. So, yeah.
You should.
Well, you
Yes, you
don't.
should.
So we have this part of the show before we wrap. We call it credit check. Ferrari gave me my flowers, which I appreciate. But on this show, we don't give a fuck about flowers. We give a fuck about credit because I can go leverage that credit and go get something. Flowers die, but credit, if you keep it up, lasts. So for me, what we always like to do is just give a shout out to 2 or 3 unsung heroes in your life, in your story that helped you get here. That moment so they could, it might be somebody that's claiming you right now, BT, that's like, I told y'all. And this might be the moment where they take that clip and post that shit all over their IG and
Yeah.
put money behind it and everything. Like, I've developed BT, let me develop you. You know how this shit
Yeah,
goes.
yeah, I
So
know-
it's
I know how
credit
it
check,
go.
man. We just want to give credit.
I would say I definitely give credit to Steve Hagwood. That's the owner of Streets 945. He an asshole sometimes, but I really respect the fact that he gave me an opportunity because he don't even understand when I moved to Atlanta. Like, I went through the whole situation of being homeless and being in my car and then getting a day job and wrecking my car. And I wanted to, get in this business so bad. And I remember I used to bug the shit out of Steve. And I used to be like, hey, man, I'm in Atlanta. Like, because I called every radio station. People don't understand. I called every radio station when I first moved here. And they was like, wait, he want a job? Click. And, Steve Hagwood gave me an opportunity. So, I definitely want to credit him for, opening those doors for me because, if I didn't get on the radio, who would have known? I probably would have still been working at my day job and,
For sure. Congratulations to you for having balls to believe in yourself. A lot of niggas don't have that, bro. You definitely give yourself a pat on the back every day for that. Don't forget that.
Right.
I've done a lot of interviews where I gave a lot of people on the radio side credit, but I'm gonna do a random one today, and I'm gonna say Kenny Burns. I was I was his protege for a very long time in the clubs. Oh, wow. And if it wasn't for him and Diddy getting back cool, and then he moved to L.A., it wouldn't be a Ferrari Simmons and all the big clubs that you had saw for the folks that did party with me.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He had got the job at Revolt, and then AG had nobody but me. And like it was almost like I put myself in position for him to hire me, because I would literally open up, and you ain't even heard of an opening host for a party. I literally would just go to the club and just talk on the mic until Kenny got there. And then it was to a point where I started getting so good at it, he started paying me. Salute the Biddy on the alley-oop on that. But I would say Kenny, because I was able to watch somebody in a lane that I didn't understand a lot. Like just being in the clubs and doing them big parties, man. Doing an AG party, people don't really understand, because parties in Atlanta aren't the same right now.
Yes.
It was a club, and it was so hard just to even get in the club with a hat. Like just security, all that shit. So long story short, man, I just was able to watch how he did the club. But then what me and DJ Ace did was we did it our way. So we saw what Kenny Burns and DJ Infamous and Baby U did. And then when it was our turn, we kind of started doing our own version of it. And it was one of the dopest things that I was able to do. But I didn't know how to get there without watching somebody. And I would literally watch how he commanded the crowd. He was the master of ceremonies. And I took that, and that's something that I got in my back pocket for the rest of my life. So I never really spoke on that either. Me and him know, but I never really highlighted him on that. So yeah, Kenny Burns.
As it relates to the Baller Alert show, KB definitely assembled all of us. Shout out to Robin as well for, creating the platform and all that. But as it relates to, my life and my career, I give it to myself, my work ethic, my faith in God. Like, I'm doing this.
I ain't never been said before. I need the credit, goddammit. I love that.
Myself credit.
Yeah, I'm giving me credit, because, I could stop at any moment, but, I got places to go, and I got people to inspire, especially young black girls.
Yes, she said, shout out to me. I know that's
You always have a spot. If you ever want to come,
you
can't
y'all
take her.
too, by the way.
You can't take her.
I was about to say, yeah,
You can't take her.
That's amazing.
You can't have her.
We appreciate you for having us, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Tamir asked one question, though. We have one last question.
So this is called The God Show, which stands for Goats and Underdogs. Each one of you, do you consider yourself a goat or underdog in this industry?
I would definitely consider myself an underdog, because, like I said, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm a kid from Arkansas. I used to be laughed at when I used to tell people, like, I'm gonna be on the radio, I'm gonna be on TV, and all of these things. And I've always felt like the underdog. I've always felt like the person that was too, humble or too nice, and going in these rooms and trying to get opportunities, and I was always getting passed on. I auditioned for so many TV shows that y'all wouldn't even know, like so many opportunities. Even I was supposed to be on Diss Nation. That's what people don't know.
Yeah,
I was supposed to be on Diss Nation.
Diss Nation vibes. You feel like you should be.
Yeah,
on Diss Nation.
I was supposed to. I was supposed to do Diss Nation, but I look at everything as a journey, man. Everything happens for a reason, and I spoke earlier about Kevin Hart, because I feel like a lot of things that I had to overcome is a lot of things that Kevin Hart had to overcome. Like I remember real quick when Kevin Hart said he auditioned for the Entourage, and they gave it to Bow Wow.
Exactly.
And it's like, what if Kevin Hart would have stopped?
Yeah. For sure.
That would have been the end.
That would have been the end.
Go on.
Man, I speak for the underdogs, man. I feel like I've been an underdog for a long time. And quick story, I remember I did this interview. I forget, All New Hip Hop or one of the hip hop, and they said Ferrari Simmons a legend on the radio. And people do call me that, but I don't like to take it on.
Yeah.
I like to carry myself humble. I like to carry myself as an underdog. It keeps me fresh. It keeps me on point. Because I feel like if I were to take on the legend or the GOAT shit, it would make me relax. And I don't ever want to be relaxed. I don't ever want to be comfortable. I love being uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable right now.
Sure.
I got some shit going on behind the scenes. These two know for sure. I call you later on it.
For sure.
But yeah. I like to be ears to the street, foot on the ground. I like how that feel. That's me.
I would say I'm a little bit of both. I am a GOAT because I know what I'm doing, and everybody's different. You know, to me, GOATs are people who, you know, like a Queen Latifah who, you know, or 50 Cent or Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? They are great, but, you know, I'm an underdog right now because not everybody knows that. So it's all in timing.
Well, I'm going to say this. We don't let nothing but goats sit on the blue couch.
Facts.
And I'm telling you, and the reason why I say that is because there's somebody from where y'all from, West Palm Beach, Little Rock, Arkansas, California, that's looking at y'all like, I want to be like that. And to me, that puts you in the GOAT seat. So hustle like an underdog, but carry yourself like a GOAT with respect for yourself. You feel me? So for me, we celebrate y'all. And I also I think that we should do a live show together.
I like
somewhere
that.
in Atlanta.
I like
Let's
that.
do it.
Love that.
I'm telling y'all right now, and I'm challenging all three of y'all to go big and not be afraid of perception, because the only difference between us and the people that we look up to at top of the mountain was that they thought they could get there. That's the only difference. And if we think we can get there and we act like it, we'll get there. And I want to see y'all go big. I want to see us go big. And let's do a live show, something somewhere fun together. Let's make it fun though. And we got to really put it in Ock's hands because she understands this shit. Don Vito and I going to link up. Let's put something together.
Yeah.
And y'all both are cancers. That's crazy. Both of our producers are cancers. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But yo, man, I just want to tell y'all thank you. Shout out to our sponsors, Toten Carry, Yoko Vodka. Like, subscribe, share. That's the only thing that keeps these conversations going alive. And let's give it up for the Baller Alert Show. This the God Show. We are out.